In today's episode, we are going to look at what are mutual funds buying right now in this horrible market. Now, we do this every single month where I create an Excel tracker and we track what mutual funds have been buying from last month, month before that, and to the previous month, latest month as well. So we understand what mutual funds are doing, which sectors they are rotating their money towards, and when DIIs rotate their money to these sectors, that means it is advantageous for us to be in the right sectors and not be in sectors that are completely over. So this makes us a smart investor. Now, if you look at the market, we are definitely in a very bad market right now. So if you do a quick Nifty analysis, we had broken 24,000, which was a key support zone for us, which we broke. Now we are down towards 23,000. But if you look at the 23,500 mark, it is very important because we are exactly on the 200-day moving average, which is usually considered as a very strong support zone. Now, hopefully, pray to God that this does not break. Usually Nifty always pings off the 200-day moving average, and the last time this happened was in June when the election results came out, right? In the first hour when we thought Modi was going to lose, the market fell down and then everything started coming back up at that point of time. So right now we are at the 200-day moving average, but if you ask me, I don't see any good news that is coming across in the world economy or in India's economy that can push this thing to go up. In fact, I can only see bad news around the corner with respect to the inflation rate going up. The food inflation has actually gone up, and the RBI, which is supposed to cut interest rates, are not able to cut because the inflation has gone up. So all these small problems are basically affecting the entire Indian economy, and that is why you see that a massive correction has happened. Now let's quickly look at the three mutual funds that we usually share, and we look at Quant Small Cap, we will look at Motilal Midcap, and we will look at Parag Parekh Mutual Fund. In fact, Parag Parekh was one of the best mutual funds in this dip, mainly because they went full cash mode before the fall. And if you look at Nifty 50 and Nifty 500, they have fallen more than Parag Parek. In fact, Parag Parek has fallen quite less compared to Nifty and Nifty 500, which is crazy. But let's look at what they've done. So first, let's look at Quant Small Cap Fund. Now, this sheet has already been shared in my YouTube community and in my 1% community. So I usually share it with them a little earlier. But let's look at it from a YouTube video perspective, right? So some of the biggest buys they've done this month is eClerk, which is September to October. You see they've done a huge rise. This is basically an IT company and will do well in the second if interest rate gets cut by Fed. So all IT companies are basically doing like a revival, and if that revival happens, this company has a very high chance of doing well. Now, if you look at the fundamentals of this company, this is a 31 PE IT company sitting at 16,000 crore market cap, mainly in BPM, which is business process management, automation, analytics, and it basically serves all the big Fortune 500 companies, right? So this is something that Quant has picked up heavy investments in. And if I start going down, you will see that even in this entire market fall, this guy has not fallen at all, right? This company has not fallen, which is quite surprising. And even their quarterly results have come out well. And if you look at it from a yearly standpoint, they are basically doing well, even though the margins could be better, but the growth is definitely kicking in. Look at this. Last 6 years growth has definitely kicked in. Before that, they were not a great company. As you can see, if I go to max view, you will see that the company was not extremely bullish and extremely great. But after COVID, it seems like the company has now taken new strengths to start moving up. Looking at the balance sheet, they have 2,000 crores in reserves and barely any borrowings, which is typical of an IT company. So this is something that they're doing well. Coming down, looking at the promoter shareholding is good. FII shareholding is around 10%. DIIs have lapped this up from 15, 19, 22, 24. DIIs have been majorly picking up. In fact, HDFC large cap and mid cap fund has picked up almost 9.67% just this quarter. And HDFC has even picked up from its children gift fund another 9%. So HDFC has gone almost 18%, 9% plus 9% in two different funds. We've seen DSP small cap also picking up stake. Nippon has picked up stake. So a lot of interesting companies have definitely picked up stake in this entire venture. So this is going to be very fun to watch, and that is why you see that the price has not gone down even after such a bearish mode in the market. So this is something that is very interesting to notice, right? Coming down, what are the other companies? EPL, which is a Blackstone Group backed company, right? It is in the co-packing space, is one of the biggest packagers in the market. Let me just show you this. So the second company is EPL, I just showed you, which is around 389% increase for this company. And if you look at this company over here, EPL, it is a Blackstone group which was acquired in 2019. It is an 8,400 group by 29p. Obviously, Blackstone group means it has huge amount of backing, mainly in the international market. It was called SL Propac. And if you see after 2019, if I do a max chart, right, you will see that this company post 2019 acquisition over here, somewhere around the range of 100, has already gone up to around 250. It's around 150% gains in the last 4 to 5 years, which is good, which is not bad, nothing significantly impressive or great. But I think there is some play happening here. That is why mutual funds have started lapping this up, and Blackstone is going to do some kind of play, and that is why this seems to be very interesting. Reliance Industries, yes, they have definitely increased the stake mainly, and also I don't think they've increased the stake. It's mainly because of the bonus that came in, so the number of shares went up. They did a 1:1 bonus. They picked up Adani fresh picks, which was not there in September. Adani, Tata Chems, Afcons, I think, was the IPO that came out recently, the infra company that is now doing well. Now, very interesting is they have started picking up more healthcare. They already had healthcare before, and they've also started picking up chemical players. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this, or I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but a lot of chemical companies are slowly doing a turnaround. It is not a fast turnaround, but a lot of chemical companies who had done capex in the past have now started doing really well. If you look at Deepak Fertilizers, Deepak Nitrate, these companies are doing really well right now. So this is something that I'm looking at. But even after looking at this entire thing of quant small cap, it still feels like the main theme or the main trend of this entire business is still in the pharmaceutical and the chemical space. So that is with quant small cap, right? Coming to Motilal Midcap Fund. Now, this is very interesting because Motilal Midcap has taken a significant increase in stake in 197, which is Paytm, right? They have 5x their investment in Paytm, and Paytm recently sold their ticketing business to Zomato, as we all know. And Paytm is suddenly, weirdly and suddenly, doing a very nice reversal. Let me show you, right? 48,000 crore market cap. And if you look at this, after the bottom that it hit in the month of May, it has gone from 300 to almost a top of 850. So Paytm is on this beautiful upward channel, which is a very positive bullish momentum. And even in this entire market crash, this Paytm company has not gone down quite significantly. So there is some turnaround play happening in Paytm, which maybe people like me and you don't know, but it is definitely something that we should keep an eye out on, right? They had also increased the stake in Dixon, but Dixon obviously gave a very good result this quarter, but somehow something didn't click, something didn't add up, and the share price fell quite drastically. CG Power, another very interesting company of Murgappa Group, which they recently had acquired long time ago. This is a power company doing really well, gave phenomenally good results, I guess, recently from what I had seen. So they are very overvalued, extremely overvalued, right? And if I go down and check the results that came out in September 2024, you can see that the result is quite good, right, from a sales growth. But from a margin perspective, it was not very great, and the margin has definitely gone from 15% to 12%, and that is why the stock has got punished, but not too much, I would say slightly. Other things that have been added is Bajaj Auto after its fall. So all auto companies have gone down, all auto companies have corrected. So mutual funds have started picking up auto companies, looks like, at the good moment, which is Bajaj Auto, Mahindra and Mahindra. See, good pickup of these companies. BSC they've added recently. Okay, Suzlon has been added. Bharti Hexacom, interesting. Bharti Hexacom, and then their old picks, which is Max Healthcare, which is a hospital chain, has been added. Zomato has been added. So very interesting picks over here, right? IT again, IT focus, and then back to their traditional picks. What they've reduced stake in Premier Engines. They've completely done the exit in Premier Engines. They have taken a 10% exit in the stake from KPIT because of the recent fall that happened, and is going to be a slightly longer slowdown period, which this fund does not want to play out. And Tata Elxsi has taken a slight hit as well, mainly because it didn't play out very well on the automobile sector, right? Now, looking at the third fund, which is one of the best funds in India right now, which is the Parag Parikh mutual fund, right? If you look at Parag Parikh mutual fund, they have massively done a huge cash pile. When they had invested in the market, they removed a lot of cash and kept it on the corner and kept warning people that the crash is going to come. And that is why Parag Parikh fund has actually done much better than all the funds in the market. So one significant increase because of a stock split was Dr. Reddy's. It went up 1:5. Pharma company. As you see, all three mutual funds have significant pharma weightage as of today. A lot of people think that Shashank Pharma's already gone up, already overvalued, everything is factored in. That is not true. It is not factored in. There is a lot of things left. The cycle is still longer. It is not a short term cycle. So it is a minimum 1 to 2 year play that will play out in pharma. Yes, the starting burst is over, but I still think there is a good momentum to catch in pharma. They have taken a small increase in Coal India. They have taken a small increase in ITC because ITC's demerger play is happening. Now, as you can see, all the remarks have been put here. This is what, as I said, we share it with the community so they get all the latest updates on this. Power Grid, Infosys, right? Axis Bank. Parag Parek is pretty much a large cap heavy company and they don't do a lot of in and outs. Let's see what they've exited here. ICRA exit, CDSL exit, okay, reduced weightage in multiple finance sectors. Motilal Oswal exit. Have you noticed something very interesting? CDSL, Motilal, UTI Asset Management, MCX. These are all plays that will affect if the stock market participation goes down. When a correction happens, stock market participation goes down. With SEBI's new rules kicking in on F&O, stock market participation goes down. If India goes into a slowdown mode, which is currently looking like it is going to happen, and we are going to enter a slowdown period, if that happens, then AMC companies, which is people who make rich people richer, or the mutual fund companies, will not do really well. So that entire play has, I think, completed. So they've taken a good exit on Motilal, MCX, UTI, MC, Indraprastha Gas, okay, and NMDC. So very interesting, right? But again, I still feel these guys are also bullish on large cap, and large cap today, if you ask me, is available at such attractive rates, right? This is something that even I'm very bullish on. I recently made a post day before yesterday on Reliance, saying that this is such a beautiful opportunity on Reliance. Just look at this, 22% fall from grace, right? I would not say that this was expected. I mean, this was definitely not expected, but it was trading at slightly premium valuations with respect to its past. But companies like Reliance, companies like your Colgate, that have also taken, oh, this is Colgate Pakistan. They have Colgate in Pakistan. Interesting. Yeah, look at this. Oof. What a major letdown on Colgate, right? It's still going down. It's 30% down from the top. So these things will eventually take up. These things will eventually go up, right? And I recently made a screener on what how to find companies that have broken 200-day moving average in the previous video. So you should definitely check those out. But this is basically a quick video that I do for tracking mutual funds. Let me come back. So guys, these videos I make is only for learning purpose, so that me and you both understand what is the trend in the market, what are companies and mutual funds playing out, as known as DIIs, and whatever DIIs are buying or selling, that becomes a trend of the market. Now DIIs usually buy for an extended period, maybe 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. So even if a DII buys this month, doesn't mean it's over, right? That means it's just starting. So from what I can see, pharma is still the major play. I see a small hint of fertilizer and chemical companies doing a turnaround. We will have to see, maybe the next 3 months everyone will talk about chemicals, but I can see a small trend happening here. So tracking positions on some would be very good to look at as well. Now if you want to be updated with more latest information, you can definitely check out the YouTube community, because I put a post almost every other day on that community, right? So the link is in the description, so you can have a look at it. And if you like this video, or if you learned something new, or if you have any questions on mutual funds buying, and if you've seen some other mutual fund buying something that is also interesting, please put in the comment section below, so it'll help everyone who's watching this video as well. This is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. Take care, and please click on that like button. Thank you. Bye.